Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead. Well, last night we had roast beef and Yorkshire pudding for supper. So I'm going to turn the leftovers into a leftover makeover meal. We're going to call it roast beef bake or whatever. Okay, here's what we got left over from last night. We've got Yorkshire pudding, roast beef, some potatoes, some gravy, and I'm going to add a can of mushroom soup, okay? Now, I'm just going to give this a rinse and we're going to reuse this. Well, I'll give it a wash. Okay. So first things first, we're going to spray our casserole dish, which is what I cooked the Yorkshire pudding in yesterday. And then we're going to start with the meat. So yes, I could have given Howie roast beef in his lunch today, but this was a really small roast. As you saw from the last one I made, it wasn't much bigger than a steak. So we're just going to use this up. So into the bottom of our casserole dish goes all that chipped roast beef. Doesn't look like much, does it? But now, these are our roast potatoes. I know they're gross looking the next day, but that's okay. We're going to pop them down in there. Put a layer of them all over the meat. Now, what kind of vegetable do you think we should put? There's a little piece of meat for you, Gracie. There you go. Now, what kind of vegetable should we have? I think we're just going to have home canned beans on the side. Now, I'm going to take my Yorkshire pudding and I'm going to slice it open. In halves. Why? This is why. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Now, I need a bigger bowl. We're going to put our leftover beef gravy in there. Yes, I have a new electric can opener. That was sent to me as a gift, and I just love it. Takes the whole top right off the can and no sharp edge. We're just going to mix this in here. We're going to add a little soy sauce. Where's my Worcestershire sauce? Lee and Perrin's Worcestershire sauce. Some people call it Worcestershire sauce. We're just going to mix this in together. Let's try it this way, Bev. Fork might do better. This was mushroom gravy as well. Now we're going to take this. And we're just going to dump this all over the top of that Yorkshire pudding, because it is a bit dry now. It's sat overnight in the fridge. And we're just going to smooth this over top, just like that. This is getting covered and going into a 350-degree oven for about an hour and 20 minutes. Now here's something I like to do with my vegetables. I used to just heat them up in their water. 4 jars always pops. But I'm going to start, we haven't had a lot of soup lately, so I'm just going to drain the water off these beans into a jar in the fridge. Yes, it's a pickle jar. No, I won't get it confused. because the last of the pickle juice that I saved got made into pickles today, or pickled eggs today, and then what was left over went into the dishwasher. So you can add any kind of seasoning you want. I think I'll do a little bit of garlic with that butter, just a little bit. Don't need a lot of seasoning. And just a little sprinkle of Italian seasoning. Just, and I mean just a sprinkle. And when that butter gets hot, oh, let's have a look. It don't look good, but oh my gosh, does that smell delicious. So we're just gonna portion that up. Ouch, Scheisenheimer. It's bubbling on the bottom. Put the lid on it to keep it warm, or hot I should say. And there is our butter. Look. Instant Italian beans. A little bit of pepper. Don't need any salt. Why? Because there was a bit of salt in the water that they were canned in, and there's salt in the butter. This may not look great, folks, but I tell you what, that's better than a hot roast beef sandwich right there. Look. Yum! Gravy, Yorkshire pudding, potatoes and beef. And it all was not dry at all. And then, set that on top of there. There we go. Yum. A little bit of pepper. And we'll see what Father, Papa, Howard, Wolfie, Granddad thinks about that. How many rows of shingles did you put on?
4.
4. This is our leftovers from last night with Italian buttered beans. I actually cut the gravy with mushroom soup and then layered it all with the potatoes and the meat and the Yorkshire pudding. Taste the beans. Oh, you need a shower, baby, and then get into your comfies.
Awesome.
Thank you, darling. See, I told you, it was ugly, but it tastes real good. This is Mrs. Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead, and that was your leftover makeover meal, leftover roast beef dinner with Italian butter beans. Take care, God bless.